Well, hello, hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Wonderful to see you all. Miss Camilla is here. The Nick is here. Art is here. And many others are here. But you're not in the chat, which is totally fine. I just wanted to say hello and also switch on the lights, make it all look exciting. Miss Nancy, wonderful to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. It's been a cool day. It's been an exciting day. I've reached 25,000 subscribers here on YouTube, which is insane. That is such a huge amount of people, and I wanted to do a little celebration stream, but I had a busy week, and I thought, maybe we'll postpone that until next weekend. Yes, Leo, isn't that cool? 25,000 people. That is. I mean, obviously, in the great scheme of things, it means absolutely nothing. That is not a measure of any achievement, really. And really big channels, they of course have like 100, 200,000 to be considered movers and shakers. I think at this growth rate, I'll probably get there in about 10 years, by which time maybe we'll have something other than YouTube. So I'm not in it for the subscriber count. I gotta say. Miss Julia, happy Sunday indeed. I thought, let's go and finish off the Lifeless Moon game that we started here yesterday, which is, this is what it looks like. Bizarrely, there were so many issues with this game, like, this one, in which I can't even turn the camera around anymore. Hey, that's a good start, isn't it? What a shame. So one of the things that we found out yesterday was that when I quit the game, there's no save option, bizarrely. There we go. So, this is kind of... We had already done this bit, but it looks like we'll have to do it again. It's one of those things. Lots of kiddies can't appreciate high quality subject matter. So true, so true. It's all about reels and TikToks these days, isn't it? Anything that is done and dusted and explained in 10 seconds, we're all up for it. Anything that takes longer than 30 seconds, man, long form, what's it? Not gonna happen. So let's see if we can get through this today. Nate, I believe yesterday said we're about 50% in, and just in case you weren't here yesterday, this is my little spaceman dude here. He is walking around what appears to be a desolate, bizarre, surreal landscape, and he was sent out with his partner to do a moon mission, and all of a sudden they saw a flashy light, and his partner disappeared. He ended up in a crater, this guy here, and the next thing you know is that he came to something like a road that you might encounter on Earth, but it was kind of isolated on the moon, and it transpired that it looks like perhaps it was teleported there in its entirety through some experiment. And that is how this guy ended up in this as well. Several other mysterious things happened, and eventually we end up here at something that used to be a beach. Mushroom risotto, that sounds exciting. It does sound delicious. Julia, we should have risotto one day. That's a great idea. It's difficult to cook, so well done, Mike. Nice one. So the key to get out of this was that we needed to, once the water is on, we need to get up this tower here, the sea fort, where currently there's no ladder. And apparently there will be a ladder in a minute or something, and then we can get up here. But there was no manual save option, so that was the problem yesterday. It was just, it said the last autosave was 45 minutes ago, and there's no way you can automatically do that. I was thinking, yes, that is bizarre. So eventually we, I think, went over here. And this is basically the game. It's been in development for 7 years by a solo developer named David Board. He had some tough times during the development. And this is his second game. First one was Lifeless Planet. This is made with Unity, and he's currently working on porting this into consoles. Something about this green stuff, and I believe a worm that was chasing us. We had to go sort of get it through this labyrinth here, I seem to remember. But I don't remember the details. Can you remember? How did we trigger the worm? I don't recall. Dang. Good question, Nick. No, we didn't. Thankfully, we didn't. So that hence this is still the same locale as it was before. So our landlady found a way for us to keep the apartment. Initially, she wanted to get rid of it to do some financing, but she found something. She owned another apartment and sold that instead. So she didn't have to sell this. The downside is that we have to pay a little bit more money to stay here, but the upside is we don't have to move. We hadn't had to move, and that's really cool because it's a small one-bedroom apartment here, but we have this separate kind of separate room that's not technically a room, but it's, you know, good enough for my studio, and the setup here is so good that I'd rather we keep it as it is and see, you know, how things go. And maybe in the future we move when we're kind of good and ready, but for now this is just such a good place to live. So I certainly have, Camilla, yes. Moving would have been very stressful, yes. And the thing is, it has to be, usually when you look at places and you think, hey, that's not really an improvement, that's more like a step down, you don't really want to move for the same money. You think, hey, I'm happy to pay the same money and move up a little bit, like, you know, more space or whatever. Or you're happy to say, I'm paying more money and also upgrade like the space. That's also fine. But when we had to when we looked around last time, about a year ago, we would have had to pay more and downgrade at the same time. So it's like worst of both worlds. And we thought, no, we don't really want to do that. And it's really nice that we have such a good relationship with our landlady, that we can stay. So we've been with her for over 8 years, and, you know, I hope we can stay a little bit longer. That is our hope. You never know what curveballs life throws at you. But yeah, so for now, thank you for asking. I appreciate that. It could be, Julia. I don't quite remember, because the green thing, we didn't really pick up anything. There was this, and we could kind of walk fast over there, but there's nothing to pick up. In the previous levels, we saw that where this green thing was, I could pick up a ball and adjust energy or whatnot. Let me just see what the notebook says here. I finally met the lead scientist. Yes, indeed. We've read that yesterday. Boardwalk, I remember we read that as well. Was the beaches back on Earth? Indeed. Frightening power? Indeed. So this whole idea is investigate the beach area. I remember, oh man, investigate the beach area. So the thing was, this experiment that happened, somebody thinks of stuff and then it appears, it happens. And this here, or rather this what we see as desolate landscape, the scientist who's in charge / involved with the experiment, she actually sees something different, and we're going to see that in a moment. But how did we trigger that? We spent like half an hour, 45 minutes yesterday trying to trigger this. This is some kind of a labyrinth here, I remember that. Oh, was there something we picked up here, somewhere here? Wasn't there a circly white bit somewhere and we picked something up? I remember, and then this worm thing got triggered. And we lure him here, and then we're going to see the water. Come on, we can make this happen. Yeah, there it is, there it is. Mr. Chris! How's it going? This is what we picked up, and then, does anything happen? I wish I could say I'm near the death, for death at least is an end, but alas, it is not to be. Aha! Here's the worm. Or whatever it is. Here he is. Perfect. I'm so glad we remember. I think Nate was saying yesterday we're about halfway through this game, so maybe we can go and get the other half today. Chris, I'm sorry I haven't been to your streams lately. I've been too busy. But I always love it when I see your notifications and I'm thinking, maybe today I can make it. Maybe soon I will. I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will. I hope you've been doing okay. I'm so pleased the amount of products that pop up in my Ko-fi and Renderosity feed from one of my favorite artists. It's really, really nice. It's really nice to see the body of work that you've created over the last 2 to 3 years. And it's just getting more and more. It's really nice. Lovely to see. Come on, worm. And he's stuck around the corner. Come on, buddy. There. Nice one. Don't get stuck on the wall again. Obviously, it's dramatic and, you know, you don't want it to kill me. Oh, come on, dude. What are you waiting for, Christmas? Yes, 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 yes. Come on, this way, buddy. Don't get stuck to the walls and stuff. Oh, come on. Brian's favorite catchphrase yesterday, that was too funny. He said, "I'm demanding on Jay's behalf, I'll want his money back." Because we were all a little underwhelmed about this game. To be honest, the first one was really cool. And this one we're all thinking, eh. What a shame.
You've come. We never expected a visitor. Do you have any idea of the danger of this place?
She's the scientist, I think.
Do you even know the power here? You see a barren wasteland. I see the ocean resort where I holidayed as a child.
I see Z fighting.
Think, and it becomes real.
Ta-da! Notice the ladder. We've missed that yesterday for like 30 minutes. I'm so glad I have my jetpack back. Most of the game, the jetpack wasn't there. We had it in the first game. Look at that! So beautiful! See, we don't see the ladder here. We saw it when we were close by. I think the level of detail is just not there at all. Because if I look at this, there's no ladder there. Ah, here it is. So it really depends on where from you're looking at it. That was a mean thing to do. So epic, isn't it, Leo? It's like super epic. And now it can be like, it's like in Subnautica. Underwater effects and everything. Very cool. And I suppose, Julia, the reason why we still walk on the ground and why we don't swim is because technically this is an illusion. So the water and all the plants, that's not really here. I think that's just an illusion. Like the ladder, which is technically above us, but we don't see it. So that was mean. Much like clinging onto it, also ever so slightly mean. We did it yesterday. Mr. Nate! Oh yes, we're working on your PC. Are you streaming this? Did you decide to stream your build live? I tried to do that once and it was just a constant matter of, I was installing Linux. I did that on Twitch and it was just a constant matter of restarting. It wasn't very interesting. I gotta say, good luck. Yes, absolutely. So inside this, look at that. These photos, I think we need to put in that crazy experiment. Pliers. Anything else here? Right. Well, that's bad. That's what I decided to do. Record all these installation bits, and which reminds me, I do need to do that. Turn them into a little short. Unboxing the new PC and all that. So this, we've done something similar yesterday. This is exciting. What else is here? Inside the C4, that is 6 times the size on the inside than it is on the outside. But that's okay. Nate, last night I did some research on the new Steam Deck that's coming out, and there's some funky improvements in there that are interesting. Oh, that we're not putting in here, are we? Okay, gotcha. But maybe we're going to put our photo in from the house that we couldn't go into yesterday. Aha! Pop that in. No, we don't? Why not? Oh, here! Yes! Let's put that in here. Maybe this goes into here, maybe? Connect the lighthouse and the abandoned building. I mean, you know, maybe. This reminds me of being in Lost in the hatch. Well, I suppose this. Let's put that here for a second. I think this here, if that's the splitter, maybe that does this and this kind of does that. Oh, okay. Something happened. The improvements, Nate, are they've shrunk down the chips from a 7 nanometer to 6 nanometer structure. Doesn't sound like much, but it gave Valve enough room to make the heatsink larger, make the fan larger, and make the battery larger. So it has, instead of a 40 watt battery, it has a 50 watt battery, watt-hour battery, so it lasts longer. They're putting an OLED screen in that uses less power. Its colors look amazing, apparently, and you now can get a terabyte version instead of the 512 gig as a max version. And it's the same as before. They're discontinuing the LCD 512 version and replacing it with the 512 OLED version with shiny glass, and then the terabyte version has the non-reflective glass. The Bluetooth module has changed, so the Bluetooth module is now a separate thing. It's not part of some other module, and that means you now get to have team chat. So on the current version of the Steam Deck, you can't use a Bluetooth microphone. You can listen to headphones, but you can't use it for team chat. So the Bluetooth microphone is not connected, and it now is with the new version. It also has Bluetooth wake up from Bluetooth type thing. So if it's connected to your TV and you want to start it from a game game controller, then you can do it. So very, very cool. Very cool stuff. I'm thinking of upgrading. Even though it's ridiculous, I really shouldn't do that, but it's exactly those improvements that I wish my Steam Deck would have had. Sometimes. There's also things it crashes less with anything that has to do with Bluetooth. Less audio stutter and all that. It's not so much faster, even though you get a few better frame rates apparently. Our house is certainly connected, huh? Save points are legal. Enter the portal to leave the ocean area. Wait, we've just got here. I would love to hang around here for a little while. Is that the portal? It's gotta be the portal. That house? I don't think there's anything happening there. I just love to have a look at it because it's like, you know, Jay's Crab Shack. The mushroom risotto. We're all really excited about it, actually. I'm excited for a risotto. I need some. Yeah, I think that's just where the signal-y stuff comes from, but there's nothing that's changed here that lets us go up here. Whoops. Hello. Okay. My controller keeps disconnecting all the time. I do like that. I'd love it if we'd have fast travel like this throughout the game. Okay, portal. I'm coming for you. So tell us more about your build, Nate. What's the computer? Tell us CPU, RAM, GPU. I think it's a 40-something card. 4060, 4070.
I can't help you there. Find the engineer, and all our sakes, I hope you survive.
Okay, thanks. Will do. Let's travel to other shores. Yes, I think, Nate, I saw a box with 40-something, but I forgot the model number. I've just recently learned of a new card that I didn't know existed. It's the RTX A4500. I didn't know that existed. It's one of those things that you put in workstations and servers. It's one that isn't as tall as normal GPUs. It's a bit flatter. It's got the kind of the fan on the side, so that it pushes the air out at the back. Is this the monolith? Oh no, almost. Leo, I thought it's the monolith. i9 13900. I love it. 4060 Ti, 64 gig of RAM. Yes, good choice. Asus Z790A Prime Wi-Fi. Yes, I like it. I like it, Nate. You're going to be running Unreal Engine in no time. How about storage? I tell you, my new computer, I was a little bit disappointed about the fact, well, it's from 2017, so it's not brand new, but it's new to me. And what is a letdown is that it's still PCIe 3. So in order to increase the read-write speed on my M2 drives, which is natively 2.5 gigasecond, I decided to RAID 3 M2 drives together. Now I'm getting close to 7. Which is awesome. Not for the operating system though, but for applications and data, and that's just fantastic. Exactly what I need. Basically at a bargain price compared to what would happen if I'd buy a computer new. Mine has dual Xeon 8160 Platinum CPUs, which are kind of one of them is as fast as a current i7. So I have 2 of those in there. That is very, very good. And that should see me through the next 2 to 3 years. And I'm in the process of buying another one for Julia, because Julia's getting to the limits of her current hardware with Unreal Engine. It's exciting. It's exciting. No Zarathustra music, not the monolith. Good point. It can't be. Oh, they have the 14K already? My goodness, that's crazy. I think i9 13, that's just incredible. I had a laptop that I sent back to Amazon. It wasn't working out. That had that chip. That had the no, that was the 12th. Was it 12th generation? I think so. i9 12900, that was in there, and that's an incredible CPU. And that was in a laptop form factor, so that's fantastic. i9 is crazy good, man. So what's going on here then, I wonder? No, good point. There is I've heard mixed reviews also on the 4070 card. So it's interesting that you say that. Apparently there's 2 models. One is cheap and cheerful, and one is way more expensive. And it turns out they're technically 2 completely different cards. and shouldn't be called the same number because it's just, you know, it's just a different thing altogether. And I find the whole 40 card thing very confusing. So I think that's, you've made a good choice there, and it's a sweet spot for money. I've seen these for about $400 or $500, I believe, the 4060 Ti's, and that is good. I'm debating what GPU we're going to get for Julia. I'm not sure if I want to go with a 40 card, or if I liberate another 3090 from somewhere and just stick with that until whatever the 50 cards are coming out, or the second generation of the 40 cards, like they did with the 20 cards. You know, they had the 20 whatever series, and then a year or so later they came up with a Plus series, and we were all like, ah, nice move. Also, don't know what the consequences are of EVGA exiting the GPU market. I think that's going to take a few years to settle, and for either another competitor to come on the market that we haven't even heard of yet, or somebody else to hoover those customers up. And it's all a bit in disarray today, isn't it? Very creepy. What does it say in the book? The third portal, same planet. Just travel through a different portal, and while the experience isn't painful, things don't feel right for a few minutes after. There's a dull ache in my stomach. I can feel the pressure of my suit against tender skin and numb feeling at my fingertips. Hopefully, this was the last time I have to travel through one of these things. Once again, the environment is very different. At first, I suspected the portals were teleporting me vast distances. However, I've seen the stars a few times now, and from what I can tell, we're in the same general location in space. The chemical makeup of the rocks is also pretty consistent from the place to place. From everything I can tell, these portals seem to be transporting us around the same planetary body. Of course, exactly where this planet is in the galaxy, I'm not completely sure. Activate the nodes. Gotcha. That is our task. What was the other task? What was number one? Enter the portal to leave the... Oh, they've done that. And then we have find your way out of the swamp. Oh, looks like we've done that as well. Activate the nodes. Okay. Nodes. Nodes, huh? Disarray is putting it lightly. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it, Nate, how we rely on computers so much to get our job done now? It's something very different if it's a toy that is annoying when it doesn't work, when it becomes a machine that has to work, otherwise you can't do your job. Oh, yes. That might be too far to get there with my jetpack. So I might go... possibly. Right. 3080 Ti, that is also on my list of things to explore for Julia's computer, because that is an excellent card. I have the laptop version in my laptop. It's essentially, they don't call it the 3080 Ti, but it performs like it. 16 gig of RAM, super fast. I've just fallen off the thing. I'll get back up. I'll get back up. Yes, 3080 Ti is a good card. It's also a good card. Budget card 3060, non-Ti version. That's the one. I have one of those available, so we might start with that while I look for something else. And the 30 cards, they're still fairly expensive from what I can see. So they held their price really well, which is always a good sign. Can we do this? Can we do this? Come on! Ah! Ow. Ah, that's a shame, Leo. Yes, things are just, you know, they're just moving forward. I now have GPUs that would perform better if I had a PCIe 4 motherboard. But I need that stability of a workstation with error-corrected memory and all that. It's yeah, it's one of those things. So I'm happy to live with PCI 3 for now. I hear 5 is out as well. Maybe I'll go do that from here. That might work. Hiya! Come on! Come on, buddy, you can do it! Keep on hovering. Yes! Woohoo! And the 50 cards should never exist. I think 2060 was the lowest. Yeah, I don't think they had a 50, but the 3050, that certainly came out as a super budget card. And I think the only reason why that got popular is because it was for a while the only card that was available that was an RTX card. Yeah, they do weird things with them and disabling the streaming options. Not so much disabling, but making them less powerful than on the other cards. Yes, they did that. That's true. Yes, they turned the... That's right, they had the 1650. Now this one... How did they give you a proper adapter? Power adapter for the 4060 that you have? Because I only have access to 6 and 8 pin bits and pieces, but I don't know how to handle these new power connectors in the 40 cards. On the 40 cards, I should say. I mean, we can try. You just have whatever's in the box. Well, from what I hear, they do give you these adapters so that if you have a case with 6 or 8 pin power connectors, you can just go and use the adapter and make them work. I suppose new cases, they would have the new connector thing. I don't even know what it looks like. That looks far. But come on. Maybe we can do it. We're getting there, folks. The jetpack is very cool. I'm surprised how long it lasts. No, come back here. Oh. Dude, you can do it. Come on. Oh, what a shame. Ah. Does that mean I have to do the whole thing again? Don't tell me that. Maybe there's a way to jump on this one here. It certainly is spooky atmospheric here, absolutely. That is nice. Okay, come on. Yeah, that is cool, isn't it? The Silent Hill light here. Did I hear that they're making a remake of Silent Hill? Or like a remaster type version? Of Silent Hill 2? That was a good game. Have I activated all the nodes? I can't tell. No, there's another one over there. I see there's another one over there. Oh, let's see. Can we do this? I can make it. I can make it. Come on. Yes. Aha. And we have the green ball. The green ball we can carry. Activate the ring with the energy rock. Oh, they are? That is crazy. A Horizon TV series, which reminds me, I haven't even played the Burning Shores yet. I think I haven't finished Forbidden West. I'm not quite sure where the... What do we need to activate again? The ring. The ring. So we pick this up. Is it... Are we talking this ring here? Is that the ring? Maybe we can just go and soft land on that thing over here. Horizon TV series, how exciting. Who's going to play Aloy? Maybe the person who was the template for Aloy. She exists actually. There's some YouTube videos of the woman they used for the look of Aloy. I don't know if she's an actress though. Ah, that looks like a giant... What are the triangle fish called in Subnautica again? Not the peepers, they're the one with the 4 eyes. The triangle fish, what are they called again? Boomerangs, there we go. Stingray. Boomerangs, I think we're called. Sweet, thank you for letting me know. That is nice. That is nice. I wonder how they're going to do it. Like from a technical point of view. That just screams digital effects all over. Activate the ring. I mean, the other thing that we saw here was that tree. Is that the kind of ring? Or is the ring... I mean, there's so many rings. This is the Earth tree here. This... Oh, that's the ring. Gotcha. Found it, everyone. Me too, Camilla. I'm hoping they're going to come through with it as well. That's great news. Ooh, okay. The Kon Namwa Bridal. Indonesian Yoshi restaurant. How exciting! Huh. Creative power. No commission change. So where are we now? New York? Well. Chinatown, perhaps. Huh. Bar, we are open. Are we though? Because... not familiar, not. I'm looking forward to a water tower on top of which we might find the key for something. Well, isn't that something? Huh. Hotel, gotcha. In case we want to spend the night. Same tree that we've just seen. That could be interesting. That is totally closed. Well, hey, that's good to know. I guess we're gonna have to find a key. Strange. This city is filled with obstacles. Some appear to be part of a construction site, but the placement and amount of objects makes no sense for any sane building project. I also noticed all the street signs are locked to the "Don't Walk" warning. But if the goal was to restrict movement, they failed. It's easy enough for me to walk around or jump over these makeshift barriers. Well, indeed. Explore the city and find the engineer. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Engineer. And then what? That I can't get through here. Now the real puzzle is how do we get out of here? No, gotcha. I got out. Maybe the cat is here too. Wouldn't that be nice? The cat. I can see a staircase on the other side here. Can I get through here? Kind of. But I can't get behind there. That's a shame. Huh. This is the portal that we came from. So last time the key object was just some story element that we had to pick up. Maybe we're going to find something similar here. Or a key that could open that door, ideally. Have I looked the other way? I don't think I have. And maybe it continues here. Oh, look at that. How interesting. Huh. That could be the story element we've been waiting for. Looks like a coal seam. These formed in ancient swamps on Earth during the Paleozoic era. Coal deposits are full of millions of plant fossils, but notably none from flowering plants. So that means no flowers, no what's the trees, and even a single blade of grass. Why? Well, these forms of plants simply didn't evolve until the time of the dinosaurs, so they didn't exist when these coal beds were formed. Really? I didn't know that. How interesting. Learning with Jay. Come on, buddy, you can make it. Ah, what a shame. I have a feeling that is really where we're supposed to go. Not the city at all. Maybe I can hover over in here from here. Come on! Yes! Sweet! Oh, that's nice. A little street lamp, a little small perhaps. As is the bench. Remember, if you model things in Blender, make sure you have a reference model of a person. So that you can always model to scale properly. It's so easy for these things to happen. Especially when you bring in, when you kit bash things, always check them against scale of something that exists. Ah. Another one of those non-monolith things, as Leo would say. Huh. Right, exactly. It's so important. Even if it's something where we're doing this project in which we have actors that are shot in front of green screen and then rotoscoped out. And sometimes it's a full body shot, sometimes it's just a medium shot. And so that they look okay in the 3D space together with 3D assets. It's so important to have a reference asset that is consistent from scene to scene, and also that you can line up your plates properly so that they have the correct size. Leo, were you there last time in the DAS Plus stream? I think you were, weren't you? The Red Room from Twin Peaks. I'm thinking what to do for the next stream. I think that was a really cool thing to build something from scratch and then put it into DAS Studio and utilize several tools and make something like a little vignette. Maybe we can do something similar again. Oh, you missed that one. Okay. Well, maybe we can build something else from Twin Peaks or another TV show. Yeah, the Red Room was so iconic because it's relatively easy to do. I mean, it's kind of medium difficult still, but it's something that's doable in a couple of hours. So I'm thinking something similar I might try again. What are you standing on? Hey, who cares? Just go over here. We're good with that. If you can we can manage that. Yes, the Twin Peaks stream was nice. You have? Oh, you have the flame! Oh my god, that is so cool! That is so cool, Camilla. Oh, that's a shame. They should give you that for free, complimentary. Like PAs get it for free, the Platinum Club or the DAS Plus Club. Now, are we stuck again? It looks like I've explored everything that was explorable. I can't go through these things. It looks like there's only one entry point, and that's over here. But it looks like I might need a key for the door, unless it's now magically open. That could be. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, like this looks like we should be able to get through, but it's totally closed. I don't have a key, do I? No, I only got photos of a cat and stuff. That's not good. Sacred Sage is here. How's it going, buddy? That is so funny that you have a Twin Peaks tattoo. That is so cool. Huh. Well, I don't know where to go. Looks like we've looked at everything, and there doesn't seem to be anything uppickable. There's good stuff on the other side. And what we're supposed to do is explore the city and find the engineer. Well, that is easier said than done, really, isn't it? Explore the city and find the engineer. Oh, I thought you had already started a couple of weeks ago. Is it a new job? Checkers the city something else now? No, it's still the city, right? I hope. I remember you talked about that you had to get up really, really early. But I might have totally mixed that up, as I frequently do. Oh, that was the paperwork. I get you, I get you. What will you be doing for the city, if you don't mind me asking? Ah, the key, I presume. I feel like I'm working for the city right now. There's the key. Well, let's see if it is the key, or if it's just a key. Grunt work, filling potholes. Okay. Okay, cool. Grunt work. I love it. Well, grunt work today, may or tomorrow. No, it's how it works. Right, exactly, yes. Okay, okay, come on, come on. This is exciting. Let's open this thing. Yes! Engineer! This feels a bit like the back rooms, doesn't it? Before the back rooms were a thing, David had already conceived of it all. How exciting! Obviously, sane people would follow the green arrow immediately. Not Jay. Jay explores the other way. Wonders why he doesn't get anything done. Ah, yes. The old dead-end ploy. The old doors closed ploy. So true. All the drivers will be thanking you. And if ever you're done, and you guys need more work, come down to Miami Beach. We have a lot of potholes. Yes, Jefferson on 5th and above. In case they're asking specifics. Well, it's not Miami, it's Miami Beach, you know. That's totally different. Miami is terrible. Miami Beach is beautiful. This is an interesting building, I have to say. It does feel like the back rooms, doesn't it? Top floor now? Oh, yes. Good thing we have a jetpack, huh? All right. Follow the green arrow. I feel like we shouldn't be here. Uh-oh.
He knows my weakness. He abuses my disability for mere spite. But what he calls weakness, he will soon discover is my strength. My body may be imperfect, but my mind more than makes up for it. For now, I play the part of a chastened victim, so he won't expect my counterattack when it comes.
By he, does he mean us? That is an interesting sculpture. He is very intense, yes. Is he the engineer? He's got to be the engineer. So walk into the light, Leland. Into the light. Whoa. That is also intense. Tenra Pocket says this is where we're supposed to maybe go through once we destroy things. Nice fog effects, I have to say. It has a really eerie quality to it, doesn't it? This looked all so exciting from the other side. Now that we're actually here, I'm thinking, maybe we should go back. It's gotta have something to do with that fog portal thing over there. Oh, this thing, that's what opened, wasn't it? What did it say? Deliveries. Huh. Huh. Ah! The engineer?
In his cruelty, he tried to put my city out of reach.
Not the
He
scientist.
thinks he's the only one who can control the phenomenon. But I discovered a few things of my own. He may have made the buildings fly, but I discovered how to fly myself.
Don't do it! He got so much to live
Meet
for.
me at the construction site, and I'll show you my work. I'll show you how we can stop him.
Not the scientist, I like it. If only the controller wouldn't disconnect every 20 seconds, huh? There we go. Well, that is spooky. There's also a bit of reading to do. Let's do that. Use the jetpack to meet up with the engineer. Oh, so it is the engineer. Okay. I loved the structure as a young man. So we've been here before? How interesting. I remember being inspired at the hands, lovingly clasped together. Some said it represented conflict, but I saw it as a passion. I was an optimist back then, and it gave me hope for humanity. But today I discovered a perversion in the tunnel. He has somehow called forth a monstrosity. My best friend lived on the other side of the tunnel. Now my path is cut off by this barbarity. But memories persist, and they can never be taken from me. The engineer. Gotcha. He knows my weakness. He abuses my disability. Gotcha, yes, I think you've said that before. I think this is the closest one that we can jump to. I'm flying, I'm flying! And perhaps then over to here. That looks far, doesn't it? That looks really far. Mission 16. Explore, discover. Can we do this? We can maybe land on the balcony below here. If only that jetpack doesn't run out. No, perfect. My God. It reminds me a little bit of that game we played. Was it called Into the Light? By the Russian developer. We're in some kind of abandoned building. And then it turned into a horror game, and then it sort of was over. Do you remember that? He made another one called 35mm. We might have to play that one as well. Over to there and then to the bus stop. Nothing can go wrong. he says. Phew. That was close. Dude, that is not cool, man. Ladders are always a little terrifying. What good is all this creative power if we can't fix what's right in front of us? The technician is suffering, tortured by his own poisoned mind. His interactions with the organism spawn death and perversions instead of life and beauty. But we can help him. The ring will cleanse him, channel all the negative energies corrupting the phenomenon. We just need more time to finish the specifications. Of course, more time is the one thing we don't have. The one thing we can't create. The engineer. But then again, if we wanted to... So technician versus engineer. Gotcha. And also a guy in the wheelchair? I'm still confused about the personnel in this game, I've got to say. Let's see, bus stop perhaps. Yes, we can do that. We can do the bus stop. Whew. Bus stop followed by this perhaps. Come on, buddy, you can do it. Perfect. Anything on the ground floor here? No, nothing. It does, doesn't it? Much better than in No Man's Sky. You'd have to have a lot of upgrades for that. It always looks like I can't make it. What terrifies me even more is how to get off the ladder. I have a feeling he might just jump the wrong way next time. Oh, there we go. We can do this. At least now we see a shadow. You're right. He does look a bit like the Michelin Man, yes. Come on, buddy, you can do it. A little further. I'm sure there's some stairs in this building. Yes, there are. Perfect. Let's go downstairs first. See if there's anything. See if there is anything. Yeah, okay, there isn't. Fine. That's the one. Exactly. Huh.
My greatest achievement. I believe with this device, we can cure the diseased one.
Where is he? Interesting. So I'm thinking this probably goes in here, right? For sure. This here then, that might go there. And perhaps this then goes here. And then we just go boom, right?
The secret was to split the ring.
Split the ring.
Extraordinary changes take place. I don't
Oh,
have
there you
the
are.
time to explain right now. We need the others.
others. Ooh, who's this guy? Oh yeah, we met him yesterday. He was a little bit grumpy. What am I gonna do without you, dude?
Get to the radio tower. Hurry to the tower.
Radio tower. Gotcha. This here? I'm not entirely sure if I can just go and fly there. Guess there's only one way to find out. Really? That far? That was a shocking experience, absolutely. The jetpack fizzles out, of course! Oh, what a shame. But since it's tall, I'm going to conserve as much jetpack thingamajig as I can possibly, oh my god. And we're back. Well, so much for the radio tower. That didn't work out. Find an exit portal to leave the Foglands. Okay. Oh, there's the radio tower. We're here. Fantastic. Find a portal. How hard can it be? It's got to be around here somewhere. The office, I take it. Breakthrough. Until now, the system has required a seed object of some sort, a photograph or some other image for the organism to use as a template. But no more. I have cracked the code and now I can create my own imagination. I dream the shapes, I splash the paint across the canvas in my mind, and anything, everything becomes possible, becomes physical. Do I channel a river? Do I mold mountains? This world is my training ground. Perhaps when I'm finished, I will craft a new world. You go ahead, buddy. Just as long as I can get back to my space vehicle thing. And if I can see my partner again. I'm glad you said this was training, because this doesn't look much like art, this. But hey, if you're still practicing, we're all for it. Huh. Here's the portal. Looks like it's charged up and ready to rock. Let's jump right through it. I'm wondering that myself, Camilla. So it is, there's a pair of space explorers who go on a mission to the moon. And I think it's kind of in the late 60s, early 70s or so. And they go on this mission and they discover a white light phenomenon. They don't know what it is. And his partner just disappears. He finds himself in a crater and goes exploring, doesn't know what happened. Turns out his partner is still around, but communicates with him from another time all of a sudden. And then he finds a place of Earth teleported onto the moon. So it's kind of a mystery sci-fi thing. And it just gets more surreal as he keeps exploring. And I think we've found out that there is an entity that I don't know, does stuff and sort of shapes these landscapes or something. I'm not entirely sure, actually. Yes, this is the sequel to a game called Lifeless Planet, and I enjoyed it and backed this on Kickstarter when it came out. This was in development for 7 years, and it's made by a solo dev in Unity. I think he had a little bit of help from 2 other colleagues every once in a while, like a musician, and I think there was a character artist involved. But most of this is from the mind and the hand of one man, David Board. And that is quite impressive. And he had a really good... His first game was very successful, but 7 years ago the gaming landscape was very different than it is today, as he says in some of his posts. And so it's interesting to see this getting made and taking such a long time, and how much the gaming landscape has changed since then. Like the first game, he was saying he ended up on the front page of Steam back when it was released. But today that doesn't really happen anymore for an indie dev unless you have a serious marketing campaign going. And of course, who can afford that? Sometimes people spend more on marketing than actually on developing the game. So that as a single dev you can't really do that. But he found a publisher, and they helped him push this out. But with COVID in the way and all that, it just took so long, and I'm so glad he's finally managed to finish it. Yes, and the first one is very similar. It plays on a planet we don't know. There's some Russian experiment far away from Earth, but you find Earth-like elements, and then eventually you sort of end up back on a version of Earth, and this is somehow connected, but I can't really tell how or why. That is correct. That's exactly what I'm thinking. I've seen reviews about, well, the graphics are dated and all that, and you go, hey, you make this yourself, So it's certainly rough, it's puzzling, it's sometimes difficult to understand, but at the same time it's still quite the achievement to put this out the door yourself, with funding and all. So we've got energy ball here, and it looks like we've got a little portal up here. So currently, from what I understand, there are about 100 new games every day that come out. I think on Steam alone. I don't know if that's all marketplaces or just Steam. I think it's just Steam. And that's just insane, the amount of games that are now coming out thanks to the tools that we have to make them. But it's a bit like, self-publishing music. I mean, how are people going to discover you? It's one thing is you get it out the door, you make it available for people, but then of course, like Sage will attest to, how are we going to tell people about, hey, I've made this, you should play it, you should buy it, you should consume it in some shape or form. That is the difficult bit. Author, same thing. You've written a book, you've published it, now what? How are you gonna tell people you should really read this? And us as consumers, how are we gonna find out? Oh, there we go. What is out there that's good? Oh, look, Art woke up. How exciting! Yes, Chris was here earlier. I don't know if he's still here. I have a feeling I need to kind of teleport over here. I don't really know why. I'm just thinking, oh, I don't have my jetpack anymore. Oh, what a shame. I'm back to the normal jumping guy. I don't have a jetpack anymore. Oh. It could be that he's still here. It could just be that he's, doing other things. He looked at this for 5 minutes and thought, this is seriously boring, man. Maybe not. I think he might still be here. Do I just jump through this? Oh, I can walk over this. Oh man. What a trip. Explore above the forest floor. That is exciting. Above the forest floor without a jetpack. Something's making a noise, but how am I going to get there? I don't have a jetpack anymore. And I can't go back either. Has the path changed? Oh. Oh, that sounds like an in-depth eye exam. What's the trouble with your eyesight then? Oh, there we go. Oh. Right. Don't touch the green laser, just walk through here then. Or, no, this is how we came here, wasn't it? Yeah, that's how we came here. Oh, so do we get different paths depending on which pad we touch? Is that how that works? Touch this, and yes! And then we can go over here. I get you, buddy. Sometimes it's not the exam that's scary, it's the treatment that you need afterwards. How interesting. Oh, incorrectable astigmatism thing. I get you. Huh. Huh. Oh wow, you beta tested that? How exciting. That is a shame. I have mild astigmatism, and that it looks like I'm short-sighted, but that's not really the big thing. It got better over the years, which is kind of nice. But it's mild enough so I can get by without glasses on computers at the moment, which...
Hey there!
Hello? Which isn't bad at my age, I have to say. I don't need glasses for reading just yet, but I think in the next sort of 3 to 5 years that is something I may have to bite the bullet and do. It's getting to the point I can still see my phone in front of me, but when I hold something this close I can't see it in focus anymore, and that's just gonna get worse over the years. I just know it. What is that? Flaming deer. Since the anomaly at the landing site, I've wondered if any of this is real or if I'm just going insane. The reason I think the former is simple. The wildest lunatic couldn't conceive of the things I've seen and heard. There is a strange kind of order to all the somewhere beneath the surface. I feel like an insect trying to contemplate a metropolis. My mind isn't capable of inventing the complex mysteries I've witnessed here. And while I suppose even the lunatic believes he is sane, what else can I do but press on? Yes, I agree. And where to are we going? Without the jetpack. Oh, hello. Transportation.
Hello there! The firestorm is raging up here. I cannot get down to you right now. Take control of the water cannon on the back of the truck and knock those flames down.
Will do, man. If only I could Wolfenstein 3D, now that brings back memories.
Okay, I think you got it under control. There's another truck up ahead if you run into more fire. I'm working on a blaze up here too. Making progress, but not sure it's contained. So I've got to get back to work.
Yep,
Hey,
sure,
look,
we'll...
see my house still standing on the ridge? And I guess we've succeeded.
I'm so glad you had 2 fire trucks here. Because imagine I had to take the 1 fire truck and sort of drive it over here. I'm so glad I didn't have to do that. Because that sounds like, you know, it's difficult. Are you sure there's water in here? I'm not just making it worse, am I? Oh, that's stuck. I think that's that. I don't think this works anymore. Huh. House on the hill, gotcha. We're on our way. Oh wow, I remember in the first game there was a similar giant crater like this, but much, much larger, wider. And we had to go all the way to the bottom, do something.
I sweat all the liquid out of my body. Everything is hot, dry, like bones of a carcass left out in the desert. When the sun goes down, I just keep hoping that this'll be the night I get to feel cold. Just one moment. But every night the fires get stronger. There are black fires burning everywhere. He was just toying with me. Could have killed me whenever he wanted.
But he did not.
Guess he got bored. He finally just left it all to crumble.
Do you know, this reminds me of... Do you remember the set? If you've been... It shows your age when you've been with Daz, or with Daz products for such a long time. This reminds me of the Dream Home, huh? Do you remember that? The house that was like 50 products or something. Dream Home, 20 years on. I like the Dream Home. I remember how disappointed I was after buying, I don't know, the living room, and it literally was just 4 walls with nothing in it, including no furniture. That was pretty bad. Dramatic. What is all this? Icy beast. Uncover cold bones in a hot land. Oh wow. The Dream Home. We should bring it back, you know. Assemble it. Put the whole thing together. Put it into Unreal Engine and walk through it. This is what the Dream Home was actually like. Do you use Marvelous Designer art? If so, there's a lot of things that come with Marvelous Designer that you can just go and use as a starting point with the modular configurator. That is something we can explore in the next DAS Plus stream. Just have a look at all the stuff Marvelous Designer actually comes with before you get to having to make things from scratch. Like often people tell you, well, this is how you make sleeves, this is how you make a t-shirt. And you go, well, if you just want to double click and start with the t-shirt and then go with refinements, it's not very easy to find, I have to say. But it's very cool what you can do with it and what you can use as starting points. And it just all comes together with Marvelous Designer. Interesting. Another little mini radio tower, huh? Oh, I see. Marvelous disaster, more like. Oh, I see. Oh, that's it in Morse code, huh? Corruption spreading quickly. Planets rising fast. Disease 1 has left this moon. Disease? Moon? Infecting the planet. Oh. Poor boy sandwiches, on the other hand. Very nice. Yes, Chris likes it as well. It's very easy to get addicted to. I never do anything productive with it. I just find the technology very fascinating. There's so much you can do with it, like not just clothing, like, you know, anything you need, cushions, drapes, carpets, curtains, that sort of thing. The hover tree. Not a planet. Until now, I believe it was stranded on a distant planet. It didn't occur to me this incredible world was merely a moon. But now, in the sky, I can clearly see the nearby rocky world. A bit like in No Man's Sky, isn't it? The creature has utterly ravaged this moon, and now seems he's made his way down to the planet and is consuming it as well. His madness was not without a plan, growing his power to the point where he could reach the planet. I fear for what is coming next. There's no way I can stop him now. So instead we do what? I mean, as the title suggests, Lifeless Moon. Good point. Oh, do you know what? Maybe this is... So I've heard that this game is actually a prequel to Lifeless Planet. So I wonder if that is then the Lifeless Planet. And we are, in fact, on the Lifeless Moon. Could that be? Not that I can currently see how the two stories are interlinked. Whoa! Woo hoo hoo hoo! No! Oh, actually, I'm still alive. We're fine. We're still alive. ZHMR, thank you so much for subscribing.
Hey, is that really you?
Oh, wow.
I think we're finally synced up.
Man, it took a while. The poor moon, it's breaking apart.
So I guess that corrupted creature, he finally destroyed this moon.
Huh.
His goal all along was to reach the planet. I suppose once he consumes this world, well, he'll be powerful enough to leave the star system. But look at him, man. It's so beautiful. You know, my parents were really superstitious people. My dad told creepy stories about aliens, about creatures in the woods. And my mom, she was sure the stars were angels. Heavenly hosts, she called them. Anyway, I remember as a kid I would look out at the universe, the stars at night, just the sense of awe and wonder was so immense. I stopped believing in the supernatural a long time ago, but the awe and wonder is still there. If anything, it's greater. Stories just trivialize the enormity of it all. There's no story for this. My God, no words at all. Sorry, buddy. I guess I'm just rambling here since we're close to the end. This is the end, right?
I think so,
I think
yeah.
the planet's getting closer every minute.
I mean, does it?
Much longer until we hit the atmosphere. And, well, I've got another problem now. Only about 30 seconds of oxygen remaining. I'm going to turn off my comms so you don't have to hear me check out. Godspeed, my friend.
I didn't get that either, Camilla. I didn't know I was actually drifting towards the planet. That is pretty cool, huh? I can't maneuver anything, so I can look around, but I can't. I don't have a jetpack or whatnot. I can't go faster. I guess we're going in. Maybe we're gonna go see our body again. The technician. That was pretty nice, wasn't it? Second chances, survive the unsurvivable.
Right? Well, maybe that wasn't the end.
Wasn't the end.
For now, anyway.
Well, come on, partner. We've got to meet up. There's got to be a coffee shop around here somewhere. Let's go exploring together. This is great. Oh, wow.
The fires, they're heading this way. We need to get moving.
Roger that. Art, go try the Marvelous Designer trial.
Hey, it's some kind of portal device.
With the
Can
with
we
the divide.
use it to cure the disease?
Yes, like the wheelchair guy was saying, this is like the split thing. Maybe we can stop the technician / architect, whatever, from doing things. Yeah, get the trial version of Marvelous Design and see if you like it. I think they give you a month. And if you're DAS Plus subscriber, come along to the next event. That's going to be end of this month, end of November. Last Saturday of November. And I'll talk about the modular configurator, because you can make so many cool outfits with that without even having to learn how to tailor. I mean, you still need to do that, of course, if you wanted to make refinements, but there's stuff you can do with little experience that makes the program really exciting. And it's an impressive simulation, cloth simulation engine.
Energy rocks over here.
Well, sweet. Let's go power this thing up, huh? And will map. That's a great idea. Whoops. Shouldn't have reached for the blocks.
Hurry!
My god. Dude, hang in there, buddy. Do I just chuck it in there? I hope it's gonna... I'm either gonna do the best throw ever, or it's gonna suck it right out of my hands. That'd be also good. That's great to hear, Nick. Very good to hear. That is really good to know. I think that's how Brian did it as well. Just wait for a good annual subscription deal. How much was it, if you don't mind me asking, on the deal? It was around about 200, wasn't it? For a year, which isn't bad. I think if you do it monthly, it's like 50 a month. 35 or 50, I don't know where they're at the moment. But that's expensive, so the annual one is definitely worth it. That's nice, thank you. Thank you for checking. My perpetual license runs out with this version of Marvelous Designer. I'm in no rush to buy the next one. I kept upgrading because the perpetual upgrade deal was good, but that's the last one I could do when 12 was released. So if I were to upgrade again, I would probably do the same thing, get an annual one. But it's, even if you don't do that, if you have access to a perpetual version that's like either 12 or a few versions back, it is very impressive. And it's a bit like ZBrush, you know, keep using it for what you need. And then if ever you feel you need to upgrade because there's new features, then yeah, by all means upgrade. How am I gonna tell the engineer to stop doing the thing, or is he now captured in there? Oh, that's good art. Awesome. Well, I hope I'll see you next, the last Saturday of the month. I think it's not next week, but the week after, or the week after that. I can't remember. But that's a great topic. Impressive. I'm grateful the others were able to somehow shelter my fragile body as we fell through the atmosphere, but their power is no match for the shapeshifter. What can I possibly do to stop the wall of pain, death and disease that races towards us? My life was spared, but I fear a more terrible end awaits. Activate the large portal ring with the energy rock. Yeah, I've kind of done that. I thought I've done it. Maybe there's something else up there, like a button I need to press. I'm glad to hear you've gotten comfortable with Marvelous Designer, Nick. It is a slightly intimidating program, and it's one of those where I wish they gave you longer than 30 days of a trial. Maybe we need to go up here somehow. This is like the death rock, man. Oh, it's a face! Oh, I didn't recognize that until now. It's a face! It's a face! This is a hand and all. How am I gonna go activate this thing? I thought putting the energy rock in there would have been enough. But no, it was not. That is another very exciting program, and another one that is just super difficult to figure out, so congrats on that. That is very cool, because between those you really have unlimited opportunities to create that plus Blender, and you've got literally everything that you need in your toolbox to create anything. If you can wrap your head around it. And again, it's like with many of these programs, including Photoshop as well, it's okay not to know the whole thing. And then just, you know, keep learning at your own pace. That's the beauty of not having to do it on a deadline. Yes, let's follow this path, see what happens. I think that's the correct price. This is exactly what I remember as well. Around $200 a year. And it only ever comes up. Sometimes it's Marvelous Designer, sometimes it's Clo that comes up for that price. But it's usually around Christmas, that is right. So yeah, watch out for that. Any one of you who's interested in giving that a go. New mark record. What are we going to do with that? Oh, just pop it in there. Gotcha. Oh, yes, I remember. This, we did this yesterday, didn't we? So, pick this up. And then... we do that. And then we do kind of do that. Make that a bit slimmer. Like so. Yes, and I think then we're going to do this. Yes! I think that's done it!
Stop! Killing will not provide the cure.
Imprisonment then? Banishing him? Making friends with him, talking to him? Giving him a perpetual license of Marvelous Designer and Substance Painter? Yes, you're right. There's some such good normal maps, assets, materials, shaders, you name it, it's on ArtStation. It's a really good place, including Marvelous Designer clothing. If you're ever looking for something specific, you can pick something up for a couple of bucks there. But of course, it all requires Marvelous Designer for it to be useful. But yeah, it's a great resource. I go there all the time. They have a ton of stuff, and I think everything you buy there will somehow be amalgamated with the new Fab marketplace that's coming out. It was supposed to come out this year.
But in truth, nothing new is ever created, nor does anything ever truly die. Matter merely changes form. Even in death, our bodies return to the universe.
Me
And
too.
so our minds, and all our memories ripple through memories and minds of others. And so, all
Is one.
That is a nice message. Where's my partner? Partner? Well, even if he did die, he doesn't really truly die, I guess. Yeah, that's the real limitation, isn't it? It's not so much how much it is, it's more like how many hours are there in the day, and how effectively can you use all these things. I totally agree. Well, it looks like it's the end, folks. It's just not the end just yet. Oh, hello. And who might you be? That's not my partner, is it?
Do not be afraid.
Okay.
There is no more threat, no more disease. From your perspective, our bodies are frozen in place, but in reality, we are everywhere. In the ground beneath your feet, in the air. We are connected with the entire planet. And it is so much more than that. When you activated the portal, we launched across the universe in a nanosecond.
Oh.
As I speak, we are exploring star systems you cannot fathom. Worlds you would not survive. Phenomena you couldn't possibly understand. Our bodies may appear motionless to you, but by the end of this sentence, we will have traveled another 1,000,000 light years.
Wow.
You don't need the relic devices anymore. The entire planet is fused with energy from the organism. We have unlocked its power to transform, to reorganize itself into limitless forms. And now, this power is yours.
Yes!
I've reprogrammed the portal to return you to Earth's moon. From there, you can make your way home. We are too much changed to ever go back. You may stay here as long as you like, but when you are ready, step through the portal. Goodbye. For now.
What a wild ride! I'm excited to see what's up here. We don't want to rush to get home, do we? I mean, you know, we've got the time, man. How fascinating! It's a magic staircase here. What's Rumble Sage? I've never heard of that. Oh. It's like a thing with a thing. Huh. I wonder what we need to line up. Memorial? pay tribute to someone important to you. Oh man, this is a scene from the first game. Huh. Interesting. I wonder what we're going to line up here. With what and where. Maybe let's line up A and Z. See what happens then. Oh really? There's so many, aren't there? Rumble. I thought the current big contender was what are they called again? Kick. Kick just came out of nowhere. Z and A? Nah, that didn't work. What is 26 times 26? That's not much, is it? No, this is Unity, Nick. A TY as in thank you. I'll leave it there. I'm sure there's something you can explore. Let's see what happens when we jump through that portal now. How fascinating. That's how the two games are connected. Maybe. Yeah, Unreal Engine is a bit resource heavy. The installation, I think, takes about 100 gigabytes, but you can bring that down a little bit. Once it's installed, you can't do it before, but once it's installed, you can go to these yellow buttons in the launcher where the little drop-down menu is, and then you can uninstall some of the build targets. So if you're not building for Linux or for Android, you can just go and disable them, and that saves you like 10, 20 gigabytes or so. So that's kind of cool. But a new SSD is never bad, so... Oh, wow! So, we can pick any of these. Maybe the one with the cat. Not the one with the cat? Oh, there's the cat! Oh my! Let's have a look at something else. Maybe the lighthouse. Ooh, oh, okay. The lighthouse does that. That might not be the correct thing. Look at the water, how exciting! Well, let's try them all. What CPU do you currently have? Huh. Well, that's the one thing we can't select. Okay, how about the whale bones here? Yeah, so Unreal Engine uses the GPU mostly during while you play a game or while you test play things, and for animations, of course. And the CPU is mainly used for shader compilations. So if you have a slow CPU, shader compilations take a while. But it's also, CPU is also involved in feeding the data to the GPU. So the faster the better. But more important than the CPU is actually the GPU. And I believe you told me you have a 3060. So that's not bad for Unreal Engine. I mean, faster is always better, of course. Ah, now that is great. Will the bridge stay when I go and put something else there? Like this? It does. That is good news. Because I'm wondering if we need more than one thing. I don't know if this is activated yet. The lighthouse was something that was actually sending out a beam. So if we manage to sort of turn that around... Oh! Successfully finished the game! Ah, man! Cool with the whale, right?
Houston, are you reading us over?
Classic!
I don't know what happened to the comm. Y'all see us all the way down here? We're just seeing you now.
Ha! Oh, also, faster CPU is going to help you with Marvelous Designer with the simulations, because they're kind of, the accurate ones are CPU based. David Board, that's the man. Story design and development. Rich Douglas music. Ha! How exciting! And that's basically the team that made it. That's so cool. Oh man, what a ride! And then it's over, and you don't want it to be over. I know it's a bit abrupt, isn't it? I thought there were some other things that we could have figured out, but I guess, you know, I guess no. That was a bit abrupt. I think the first game ended that abruptly as well. Hey, awesome! This was nice. I'm so glad we played this together, and I'm glad we, you know, finished it as well, because it was one of those things that I thought yesterday. I thought I was close to the end. People said the game's about 2 hours long, but that's totally not the case. Hey, one of those things. Thank you so much. Thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Thank you for 25,000 subscribers. That is just so cool. I'll be back next weekend with probably a celebration stream with something 3D. My name should be in here somewhere. That is not a long list, is it? Is my name in here? Kickstarter supporters, or maybe I was one of those. I can't remember. So something 3D to celebrate my 25,000 subscribers on YouTube is something along the lines of doing something with 25,000 objects. If you do have any ideas, do send them to me and we'll see what we can come up with. I'll see you then. There's also DAS Plus stream planned in about a couple of weeks, I think. And I hope I'll see you for that. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of Sunday and take care. Bye-bye. Hang on a minute, I think we're back. Thanks for still being here. I love it. Is this something, do we just go home? That was it? Go home? Ah, that was it. I thought that continued. What a shame. Hey, it doesn't. One of those things. Go watch Chris now. Take care. Bye-bye.